How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Airsoft Field Reviews. Today we're going to be taking a look at Bing Field in Alton, Illinois. First off, this field is massive. There's an entire city in one part of the map. There's a city made out of water barrels, as you can see in the video. There's a city made out of Connex boxes. There's a city made out of a bunch of shrubs, logs, and pieces of cement. This place is just insane. So we have limited footage for this, so let's dive into the score. For field layout, Bing Field scored a definite 20 out of 20 points. This place has about 7 different, I guess you'd call, biomes to play in, and it's kind of insane. This is probably one of the better fields that I've visited in my Airsoft career. For staff, Bing Field scored 16 out of 20 points. Now, the staff that they had were great staff, they were great at their job, however, they just didn't have enough. There was maybe 4 or 5 admin walking around for 60 acres and 400 players to cover. Now, normally this wouldn't be a problem on a smaller field, but because it was so big, it was pretty hard to find an admin when you needed to. For player base, Bing Field scored 17 out of 20 points. There were a lot of great players, but there were also some really toxic and angry people that were on the field that day. Bing Field scored 19 out of 20 points on the wild card. This is because if you got sick of running CQB running around in the city, you can disappear into the trees and have another half of the field to explore. There's just too many different playstyles that you can hit here, and it's really a great time. This brings the final score to 72 out of 80 points. This field was amazing, the staff was amazing, I would absolutely recommend playing here any chance that you get.
That's how I started here. I was patient, I made a bunch of friends. That's how they actually got me hooked into AMS. I played at the old Bing for 2 years, and then they were like, hey Jake, you want to step up and go to a big Milsim? And I was like, yeah, please, like I'd love to. So they took me out, they took me to Op 34th with AMS, and I had a blast, and I got addicted, and now I'm here. And that's true, surprisingly, for a lot of kids. And I'm that way now, where some of my team are younger players that haven't played for a long time, but I saw talent in them, I had faith in them, and now they're 3-4 AMS events down the line, and we're helping them get gear and get guns and learn play styles and all that kind of stuff. But that's really, to be honest with you, what Bing is good for, is learning and becoming a better player, because you have guys like me and guys like Gus and Jared who are refs here, but they also play, that will really help you kind of understand the game and grow. I mean, I like playing here just because it's easy. There are 3 fields in the St. Louis, Illinois area: Bing, Extreme Airsoft and Paintball, and Wildcat. And this is the closest of the 3, and it's the biggest of all 3. There's also a lot more people out here than the other 2. Extreme mainly caters to paintball, and Wildcat is only every first and I think 3rd weekend of the month, and I play every weekend. I mean, player base is everybody. It's all walks of life. I started when I was 13 at the old Bing Field before this one was built, and I was brand new to the game. I played in like backyard games for years, but I'd never gone to like an actual field, so I had a bunch of shitty gear, Condor, you name it, and then I slowly built up to what you see now 5 or 6 years later through a lot of the diehard Milsimers that I met that are actually all out here at this event, which is cool to see, going from that small little kid with a rental gun all the way up to me now, and these guys are fighting for me instead of with me. You have the speed softers every once in a while. The refs are pretty good at dealing with them when they cheat or we have issues with them. They'll spot check with chronos. I'm friends with all the refs. All the refs, actually most of them, that ref here on the weekends are playing right now. So it's nice to have that insider information, one could say. Yeah. So if you don't have anything for the field, they do rentals inside. I think it's $35. You get a G36 or an M4, a high cap mag, a bunch of BBs. That's where I started. So if you don't have a gun, you don't have a mask, they have all that stuff inside. Really, the thing you're gonna need is a barrel cover. They're pretty strict about that, or at least they try to be. Really, to have fun, just be a good person, be respectful, be kind to everybody. When I was young, I was nice, and everybody here now knows me and knows my name. And you'll get to that point. I mean, I've played even now as an adult, I've played every weekend for the past 2 years, either trying to advertise for AMS or just playing regularly as just a regular customer. And it's helped me kind of grow. So if you play out here, you'll make friends. That's how I did it even before I am where I am now. That's how I basically built my own team up, was playing out here for years and just making a name for myself. I mean, I've known Chris, the owner of the field, since I was, again, 13. Like, I remember going out to the shop that's about 20 minutes from here and buying a bunch of shit. And, you know, he helped me get all the gear and stuff and make sure what I was getting was right for the time. I mean, it was, you know, it wasn't the cool guy stuff that I'm wearing now. It was just what I needed for what I needed. So I kind of grew up with him. I have personally run events here, so I've had some issues with that, but that's more business than anything else. Personally, Chris is a good guy. The refs are good. Gus, Jared, Taco, who is somewhere around here, they all do a fantastic job of watching the players, making sure everybody's doing things correctly, making sure everybody's safe. Scott does a good job as well. I think that's really all I have to say about that. They do a good job. This is Jake Strum with American Milsim coming at you from the Bing Field. Thank you for watching Airsoft Field Reviews.